To preface this, my opinions are bad, but I have a YouTube channel, so you're gonna listen. Well, I mean, like, you can if you want. You don't really have to. So, indie games, well, what is an indie game? I mean, like, I honestly didn't even completely know until I made this video. Like, I play a lot of games that I might call indie, but like, are they actually? The official definition of the word indie is not belonging to or affiliated with a major record or film company. That's more about music, but in game terms, Google says that an indie game is short for an independent game, is also a video game typically created with individuals or small development teams without financial and technical support of a large game publisher, in contrast to most AAA games. But I feel like the word indie has transcended its original meaning. At least in my opinion, I feel like when I say indie, although I still mean small group or individuals making the game, I also feel like indie games are a game with a clear vision that has the creator's heart and soul poured into it. Something different entirely when compared to most AAA games. I mean, like, some of the best games I've played, I'd consider indie games. Risk of Rain, Inscription, Stardew Valley, maybe Deflector. The verdict's still not out on that game yet. Like, you're telling me I can either pay $30 to shoot at salamanders with the boys, or pay $60 to get cursed at by a 9-year-old in COD. You know I'm about to absolutely annihilate these salamanders. Like, I hate those little guys. I'm gonna gun them down. This brings me on to my next point. Price. Indie games themselves are nestled between like $20 to $35 per game, besides like a couple outliers. I practically only buy indie games at this point, because why pay $60 for one game when I can get like 2 or 3 games that are just as good or arguably better? Have you seen the state of AAA games at this point? I mean, like, oh, they're bad. You might be going, why does price even matter? There are still tons of free games that are made by small teams and by definition, indie games. Although they're indie games, I don't classify them as indie games. Because if we don't, we end up with this mixed bag of a random game that nobody's heard of, and then Stardew Valley. I made videos on all these indie games, but only one is an actual indie game, and it's not just because of the good gameplay mechanics. The fact that it's actually worth any amount of money is another reason I can point to and go, I actually pay for that game, so it's obviously different than this game. I mean, like, you should still play weird free games, because there's always some diamonds in the rough. And I mean, like, they're free, so it's not like I'm losing any money playing them. With the wide range of game creating tools and places to put those games on, anyone can pretty much make a game. Most will be like bad games that nobody's heard of, but there will be some truly amazing gems. To be honest, I don't know what the point of this video was, but indie games are cool and they hold a special place in my heart. So that's the video, guys. See you again soon.